Welcome to this edition of Project Natter. In this video, we're going to take a look at Dominic Cummings and the political witch hunt from the remoaner establishment. Joining me to discuss this topic is Martin Costello. If this is your first time here, please show your support for freedom of speech by clicking the subscribe button. Three, two, one, and we are live. Welcome back to the show, Martin. Thanks very much for you coming back on.
Thank you very much for having me, David.
Right, so we've seen a massive attack now. It looks like a series of planned attacks from the Labour Party, mainstream media, just general lefty Marxists in general, trying to remove Dominic Cummings from his position. It's been crazy. Been a crazy couple of weeks. What have you made of it, Martin?
Well, it's been absolutely appalling, to be honest, the way they've hounded this man, you know, and in his family and his 4-year-old child, who I believe is autistic. But let's just make no bones about this. We know exactly what this is related to. It has nothing to do with COVID, but it's got everything to do with Brexit. Once again, these people, they all signed a petition, over 1 million of them, trying to get him removed. And you can bet your bottom dollar that they are all remoaners doing what they do best, which is moan.
Well, you're right. I think, we've seen the likes of Yvette Cooper and a few other MPs who are trying to push for a Brexit extension, keeping us in the European Union for another 2 years. So, I think, trying to remove the man who's Boris Johnson's mastermind behind Brexit is obviously a key factor in keeping us in the European Union. There is no other explanation for why the media and the Labour Party and also, let's not forget, there's 60 MPs, Conservative MPs that have gone against Boris Johnson's decision to back Dominic Cummings. And no doubt they're all Remainers themselves.
Of course they are.
So the fight continues, Martin.
It does. And once again, it's them like fighting like a wounded animal, just trying to throw the kitchen sink at it now, trying to keep us in as long as possible. But we've seen the double standards, though. We've seen is it Stephen Kinnock breaking down those rules to go and visit his mum and dad? He is an elected official. Why aren't they hounding him out of the office? And why isn't Keir Starmer throwing him out?
And exactly. And Keir Starmer did an interview with Sky News, and he was basically saying in the interview that Boris Johnson was a weak leader because he hadn't taken action against Dominic Cummings. So you're right there to bring that up. That's a perfect example of the double standards. But also, Stephen Kinnock, he got a bloody promotion, mate. They promoted him. You could have made it up. You got Tariq Ali. He's a Labour MP in Birmingham. He attended a funeral with over 100 mourners. So you tell me, right? You do the math. What's worse, going to see your parents, right? 2 people, or standing amongst 100 people? What's going to spread the virus even more? It's clearly nothing to do with the virus, and it's clearly double standards. Keir Starmer's taken no action against Tariq Ali, as you mentioned, Stephen Kinnock. And also we've seen photos coming up recently of the former leader, Jeremy Corbyn, celebrating his 71st birthday. And he's got photos of him with his son and his son's girlfriend and a few others all around, you know what I mean, sitting in the garden, breaking social distancing rules. And Keir Starmer's silent on that as well. It's an absolute joke.
Well, you know what it's like. It's always Labour, though. It's always do as I say, not as I do. Like, they're the biggest champagne socialists going, and that's just another example of it. They're completely out of touch with the working class, completely. And these people, like I say, it's always the double standards and the hypocrisy of them that really makes our blood boil the most. But like I said, make no mistake, that all they're trying to do is stop Brexit from happening. They are just throwing the kitchen sink at it now.
They're all going all out. And if you think back to the referendum days, mate, every single news channel was all pro-EU, every single one of them. And every single one of these channels were also attacking Dominic Cummings. And as we've just gone through a list there, of Labour. You know, like you said, they're elected officials. You know, Dominic Cummings is a mere advisor to the government. These are people who are elected. They've all broken the social distancing rules, you know, and the travelling, essential travel, and all that. But there's no cause for them to get the sack. There's no cause for them to get to resign. We've seen the media attacking them on steroids. They're going absolute mental. That bird, what's her name? Emily Matlis. What? Did you see that news, mate?
It absolutely appalls me how someone could use their platform like that to actually air their views. I mean, I know she was suspended and BBC apologised for it, but they only apologised on this occasion to try and make him look unbiased, but they don't normally care. I mean, this woman should be fired. There's no way on earth should we be allowed to pay her to spout complete misinformation at us, you know?
Martin, you know what, mate? Just like after this happened, she retweeted a tweet. Someone had tweeted saying basically that the BBC bosses should show her more respect. So she's implying that she should get more respect.
Oh my God! Imagine we said that to one of our bosses. You know, she thinks she's all high and mighty and powerful just because of this being main presenter on Newsnight. But this is why people just turning against the mainstream media now, because they've all got a vested interest, you know. And you know, you can choose whether to buy a paper or whatever, or what channels. But if we want to watch live TV, we shouldn't have to fund something that goes against our very morals and our very values. You know, and I urge everyone now, stop buying newspapers and stop funding the BBC. Cancel your license, you know, because otherwise you're just helping them continue. So do it now. Cancel it. Cancel that direct debit.
Too right. And make sure you get your news from newsfromtheworld.net. There's the link just there. Take a look at that. You know, you're bang on there. We're seeing so many double standards from, you know, all these politicians and also not just at the journalists themselves. You know, we see them outside Dominic Cummings' house. None of them are social distancing. They're all there curled up together, breaking social distancing rules themselves whilst reporting on somebody who broke the lockdown rules.
Exactly.
Make it up. A friend of mine, she was out there with a banner saying, you know, stop bullying Dominic Cummings outside his house. You know, just they need to back up a bit. This is nothing but harassment. You know, they sent
witch hunt.
They sent people around to his elderly parents' house, for God's sake. And apparently one of the journalists there had done a round trip of over 500 miles. It's
okay for them to do it, isn't it? You know, anything to make a story, eh? But the hypocrisy is just what I think is killing off the mainstream media. I think after this whole COVID thing, things will never be the same. I think we're hearing the death knell now of the mainstream media, and they bloody deserve it as well.
Too right, they do. Let us know your thoughts. Watching below, leave your comments below. Let us know what you think of this. Nothing more to describe than a witch hunt on Dominic Cummings. But let us know your thoughts below. Comment below. Don't forget to like and share the video. Thanks very much for your time, Martin. We appreciate you coming on. And no doubt we will see you again soon.
Thank you.